This week we were looking at a new show. I know you probably heard of it, Pop the Balloon. They got picked up by Netflix to do a
Yes.
live. Yeah, they got picked up. I love that for them. It's a husband and wife a show that they created, Arlette and MB.
No, it's BM is his name, actually. BM.
BM. They started out in 2023. They amassed over 50 million views on
Bravo.
YouTube.
Bravo.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and Netflix picked them up to do a live show. Arlette, unfortunately, she's not the host anymore. But they did get a big name. They got a nice name, Yvonne Orgy. She's a beautiful talent. Um, and pretty much they're on Netflix now. This is the big thing.
Tell
Once
the
you
truth,
go
man.
big,
Tell the
yeah.
truth,
Once
man.
you go big, it's like it gets a little vanilla. Cause with Pop the Balloon, it was more of our culture. You know what I mean? Not to, but at the same time, once they brought in a whole bunch of reality shows, reality stars, things of that nature, it got kind of gimmicky. And then the host, see, Arlette was she's a smooth operator. She's smooth. Whereas Yvonne, she's more outgoing and she just has an outgoing personality where it kind of took away from the actual contestants.
First, I want to pat myself on the back because I'm the one who put Ann onto it, and I was like,
Yes,
"Yo,
he
there's
did.
this new show on YouTube. There's a new show on
Yes, he did.
YouTube, and I think this one has a lot of legs. And the reason why I pat myself on the back because I am the chief content officer of a crew, so every all programming goes through me. So I like to be on the lookout for new things like that. Um, Quaz hit it right on the head. A lot of times when you get big machines behind these little shows, they tend to um, I don't want to say the quality, but the integrity of the show.
That's the
Like
word.
you don't
Exactly.
have,
That
yeah,
that's the
you
word.
don't, yeah, you don't really have that creative control like you want to because they're fronting up the money. They had to get a bigger name to host, which I don't know how I feel about that. I understand why they did it, but at the same time, I probably would have fought a little more to host
Hmm.
it. Maybe she could have played a different part.
See, but she
Um,
the executive producer now, so it gives her a
yeah,
little bit
listen,
more legs.
yeah, a little bit, but again, you still don't have that. The final say as much as you think. A lot of times, production, you might just get the title and that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
You
Literally,
know,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
so
We know
you take
that.
the title and get the title and keep it pushing.
You know,
So
it's a challenge. It's a very weird situation. I'll do this. I'll start with all of the good because there's a lot of bad. I'll start with
mm,
the good. And for me, the good is that you had two people who had a kitchen table idea and they were able to take it to YouTube and gain traction, get the attention to the point
Right.
where they built enough buzz to where a machine like Netflix could come in and step in and do what they need to do, right? The problem with that is that we know that they have to justify those $1 million budgets. We know that. We're television producers. Arlette and them probably shot that show for $400 in a studio somewhere.
Right.
So when Netflix steps in and you got $1 million, $300,000, $400,000 an episode, you have to spend it. You have to make it look like something. So now it looks like a cheesy T-Mobile commercial. You know what I mean? You,
Hmm.
you ever seen those things where like they're making parodies? The show itself
mhm.
is just it's bad because the people are not even real people. They clearly come from a casting director somewhere in Hollywood. They're like, yo, go on this job.
Hmm.
You know
Hmm.
what
Absolutely,
I mean? So
absolutely.
when you think about the real Pop the Balloon and why it worked, was you had real people from all walks of life, different
It
states.
was
Yeah, it was authentic.
organic.
Yeah, it was organic.
Yeah, it was organic. It was
Organic.
authentic.
These
Everything
people
was
Hmm.
so real.
literally, these people
Hmm.
are there as a casting job. Like it's like those MTV challenges, like kind of vibe. It's
Hmm.
terrible. The thing that I do like is that from a business, like if they were a startup, they were able to get acquired in 2 years, right?
Oh,
Nice.
great work,
Exactly.
Right?
great work.
So
Yeah.
'cause
I
we
love I
know,
love that for them.
yeah, because what we know are the challenges that startups are faced with on a daily basis, from getting traction to just people downloading your app, whatever, getting to that next level. And a
Mhm.
big company like Netflix came in and acquired them. So for Arlet and BM, bravo. But at what cost?
Yeah, because right now the show's integrity is
It's gone.
out of it.
It's
It's
gone.
So
gone.
it's like, how do like how is the fan? How are the fans of this particular show going to receive this? That's the big question
It,
because they
it,
had a big fan
Uh,
base.
they don't matter. They don't care. They got the money. They don't care. Seriously, they don't care. And unfortunately, that's where we are. But again, those are some of the challenges, which brings me to my next point of our next guest that's going to be coming in. You know, Charlotta Luis, is that with her new company, MoCap or Mighty Oaks Capital Partners, she's here to actually change some of the things that she's seeing in the industry, some of the challenges
Nice.
that she sees startup founders are having, so that when people are positioned with acquisitions, they're not going to experience what Pop the Balloon is. So, you know, for a round of applause, let's please welcome in Charlotta Louise to the show, and let's hear what she got to say.
yeah.